Update: my girlfriend got violated while trying to cheat on me with her best friend. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today, we've got an update of the story that was posted yesterday from r/relationship_advice where Op's girlfriend got violated trying to cheat on Op with her best friend. If you haven't watched the original story, I suggest you do before watching this update. Before we start, if you have any personal stories of how you got out of a toxic relationship with your cheating wife or girlfriend that you want to share, feel free to email them to me. Let's get started. Original story. Oh boy, I wish I could say things have gotten more clear in the past week, but honestly, it's been a total clusterfuck and it's only gotten worse. I spent a few days at Sam's reaching out to friends trying to get a clearer picture of what happened that night before going back to talk to Sarah. I got told the same story multiple times, that she was the one who started flirting with John and led him upstairs. I should say right now, in my first conversation with Sarah confronting her, she didn't explicitly say she had intended to sleep with him that night, she just confirmed she took him upstairs. She was having panic attacks throughout the entire conversation, so I had a hard time pushing for clarity. So by this point in my heart, I was trying to find any excuse at all for her to save our relationship, but my mind was telling me that the relationship was over, at least for the time being. But as many of you commented, despite my obvious grief in losing a 2-year relationship, I decided I'd be willing to let her stay in my apartment again rent-free to at least the end of October to sort out other living arrangements and support. I called her about 3 days after staying at Sam's and told her I'm willing to listen to her side of the story, but I need the complete truth about everything, and she agreed, so I went back to my apartment later that evening. We sat down and I asked her about what happened that night. She started crying right away but not panicking and told me she had to tell me something about herself. Sarah has always been into the partying scene more than me. I've never really been comfortable around drugs and that environment in general, but I went with her anyways about once a month or so. She, on the other hand, would have girls' nights out and parties pretty much every weekend. Right at the beginning of our relationship, I told her I'm not comfortable being with someone that is involved with hard drug use. My brother has a history of addiction, and I've seen what it can do to somebody and the people around them. She told me that's fine since she only drinks and smokes weed occasionally. Well, it turns out for about a year now she started doing harder drugs at parties when I'm not there, and her girls' nights were often just her and some from our social circle, John included, going to a friend's apartment to do shrooms. I was shocked, to say the least, and I didn't even know what to think at that moment. I just tried to ask her more about what happened on the night she was assaulted and if she was intending on cheating on me that night. She comes clean and tells me she did lead John upstairs but swears she wasn't trying to sleep with him but wanted drugs. He told her it was cocaine, but obviously, it was not, since only fentanyl and alcohol showed up in her system at the hospital. She told me he immediately started coming on to her, but she tried to fight him off, but eventually, she was too drugged out to fight back. After consoling her for a while, I asked her what her relationship with John was really like before and if they did anything together before what happened that night. She admitted that they made out a few times before around Christmas last year, but promised it didn't go any further than that. She was begging me to forgive her and that she needs me in her life. That she just was in a rebellious phase because of her upbringing. I didn't know what to believe anymore and still don't, to be honest. I just was completely overwhelmed by everything, so I told her I needed to clear my head and left again. Sam was nice enough to let me stay at his place again. I talked to some of my friends she said she was doing drugs with, and they confirmed. I was pretty upset at them for hiding it from me, but they told me she forced them to keep it a secret from me. It feels like so much of my relationship was a lie. She wasn't the person I thought she was, and she lied constantly for who knows how long. At this point, my mind is made up, so I call her and tell her it's over, but she can stay at my apartment till the end of October, but only if she finds a therapist and gets help during that time. She lost it during the call, but my mind was made up, so I just said I'd be staying at Sam's for a while and hung up. I wish that was the last of the shit that happened, but a day after that I start getting spammed with hate messages and calls from friends, relatives, and people I don't even know. Turns out she's posted all over social media about how I was breaking up with her because she was sexually assaulted and I was kicking her out with nowhere to go in these COVID times. She also wrote that I've been emotionally abusing her after her assault, victim blaming her, and stopping her from getting a therapist. I'm completely lost, I'm furious, heartbroken, I can't even describe all the emotions I felt. I called her again that night and told her she has 2 weeks to move out now and I don't want to hear from her again. I had to spend the past week playing damage control, trying to clear my name on social media, calling friends and family. I was ostracized by coworkers, though luckily my boss was on my side. I was getting doxxed, death threats, my life fell apart. Sam, thank God, was completely understanding through all of this and said I could stay at his place until Sarah moved out. She's moving out on Friday, but I don't want to go back to that apartment with anyone. I've had to cut out friends, my reputation is now in the garbage. I lost the first and only person I've ever loved, I don't know anymore. I low-key want to die, but I'll find a therapist sooner or later. I just feel numb to everything. I don't even know if I'm right or wrong in this situation anymore. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. I know this post is long, but thank you really for everyone who showed support in the last post, it meant a lot. Before we take a look at some replies by other Redditors, take a moment to like the video to show your support to the channel. Don't forget to leave your own opinion on the story in the comments down below. Now let's look at some comments. You/deleted, wrote. Yo, man, this whole situation is fucked, but right now you got to worry about yourself and not the friends, the apartment, or even her. I know it sounds dumb, but those kinds of thoughts can turn south really quickly. Do you have a friend you can maybe crash with for a few days, or someone you can sit down and talk to? If not, feel free to reach out to me, man, even if you just want to shoot the shit, but no one should be alone after going through something like this. You/Ask Freddy wrote. Holy shit, while reading this I thought this girl you loved is human garbage, but felt a little bad because maybe she was truthful. But nope, you reject her, and boom, she goes nuts. I'm sorry, my man, nobody should have to endure what you're going through. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you can get over all of this someday. On a side note, the friend she did drugs with and covered her. You said they were your friends as well? They are not. You/the_last_Basilope wrote. Consider contacting an attorney to get them to send her a cease and desist letter, because what she's doing is libel, ESP the accusation of emotional abuse. It may not miraculously recover your reputation, but it should at least stop her from saying anything else for fear of getting sued. If you have a friend you trust, get them to go stay at your apartment until Sarah leaves, because it isn't at all unlikely that she'll destroy things if left there unsupervised, if she hasn't already. No matter what, though, don't go stay yourself if no one else goes with you. Never be alone with her again, because she will likely accuse you of worse. If you do have to communicate with her, only do so via text or email or some other written form. If the voice is the only possible way, then put an app on your phone that records phone calls, if single-party consent is legal in your area. It's hard to recognize now, but any of your friends who believed her lies and cut you off were never really your friends, and you'll be better off without them. Hang out with Sam more often, build a new friend group, sue her to oblivion if she damages your property or apartment. You/Most Chicken wrote. If your friends believe her without listening to your side of the story, they weren't real friends, to begin with. I know it has to be hard, but use this as an opportunity to hit the reset button and start over. You will find love again, I promise. Stay with Sam for a while and allow yourself time to get it all figured out, and look into getting a different apartment, the options for breaking your lease, etc. If she was stupid enough to make the posts on social media, print them out or take screenshots of them. Depending on what she said, you might be able to sue her for defamation of character. Oh, and make sure she pays for her share of the rent or lease breaking fee while you're at it. You/Apexia wrote. Jesus, I'd be on the phone with a lawyer and going after her for slander. That type of shit will ruin your entire life, and I don't have the patience to deal with that. Hell, your coworkers know about it, so it's gonna affect your work life too. This isn't a moment you should be standing still for. Go after her for all of the crap she's brought upon you. At least this moment shows you who is really by your side. You/Atten wrote. You're as much a victim here. While what happened to her was terrible, the way she's treating you is manipulative and cruel. You are not required to love and support people who do not love and support you. Focus on yourself. Please seek a therapist now. Don't stay alone if you're even contemplating ending your life. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 800-273-8255. You're feeling hurt now, and that's okay. Emotions are temporary and, while overwhelming at this moment, will eventually pass. Find friends or family to who you can talk. The friends who lied to you about her aren't your friends. Friends don't lie to one another. It sounds like your family loves and supports you. You/Cursed I Kathleen wrote. I saw the original post and well, I wasn't sure what I was expecting for an update, but I didn't think it would be this. I'm so sorry that you are going through this. I don't know what country you are from, but please access mental health services. Know that you will find better people in the future, those that won't lie to you or turn against you. Keep in contact with those that bring positivity and light to your life, as those will be the ones that help you keep going. I wish you the best of luck moving forward. You/Vivrazexoxo wrote. I just came here to say, please be careful letting her stay in your apartment. She may do something crazy and rash. Be there when she moves out. I know you'd rather not see her, but I have been in this situation. I allowed my ex to stay in my apartment, and when I went back everything was gone. I mean every last thing, including my cat and sentimental things from my childhood. He has blocked me in every possible way and just disappeared. Don't let this happen to you. My ex was not the person I had thought he was, sounds like she isn't either. U/Kawabanga 787 wrote. Reading this post made me so angry. Sexually assaulted or not, the girl is a complete bitch, a liar, and a narcissist. If she has been lying about those things for a year, who knows what else she lied about, and then trying to make a witch hunt on you, even after you did your best to be nice and supportive. Fuck her, just because something awful happened to her does not make her a good person. She is a shitty human, and you're better off without her and the friends that kept all those secrets from you. It will take time, but do not feel bad. Move on, and I hope the next circle of friends you find are a better bunch than these people. U/The Barrel Rider wrote. Ike, if anyone has said this in all the comments, my friend, but if you are reading through most of the comments, then I want to say this to you: you can't trust what Sarah says or does, so that means that you especially can't trust what she does in your own home. I highly encourage you to go back home and check in on your place. I'm not saying this to add any more stress to your life, but it's likely that if she's a spiteful person, that she may take some of your things or do something to your apartment. In my past, when I thought I was done in a relationship and let my ex have my place to gather her things while I stayed with someone else, was when my ex did some more shady shit. Doesn't seem to have any of that. You just have to be careful with all this. If you can get her to leave the apartment for a few hours so that you can check in on it, or if you can just speed up her moving out, you can supervise what she's doing so that nothing else goes wrong with all this. U/MyShelly wrote. Well, I don't know if you're still reading comments. I hope you are. It sounds like she was attracted to you because you don't know much about drugs. So you're easy to lie to. I don't say this to be a dick. I say this because she manipulated the shit out of you. That's what drug addicts do. She sounds like a manipulative person who got what was coming to her for fucking with drug dealers. I hope you get rid of that trash fast. Don't worry about her. She's a fucking mess. She can go home and tell her parents what she's done and they can help her with therapy. That is not your problem. She left you with a big hole in your heart and a twisted head. Try not to take it personally. Drugs do bad shit to good people. Remember that. Get into some therapy. Hold your head up high. I hope it doesn't stain your future. You sound like a decent human for helping her out for as long as you did. That was the decent thing to do. Not all women are crazy. I promise. Try to keep your heart open for a good one in your future. U/Jazzy3113 wrote. You can use this as a learning experience. Can't be too hard on you as you are a kid, and I tell all the young people in my family that seriously dating before the age of 25 is silly. Mistake 1, blissfully ignoring red flags. Multiple girls' nights out without you. Refusing to cut Creepy John from her life. Demanding to go to a large house party when you told her you were uncomfortable. Geez, man. The universe can only send you so many red flags before it gives up. Mistake 2, trying to play the white knight, Reddit of hero. You did the right thing nursing her to health. Then you find out she cheats. Then you find out she dies drugs. Then you find out it's hard drugs. Then you find she's been intimate with John. And your response is to let her stay with you till October? What? You wanted to let a lying, cheating addict stay in your life. What did you think would happen? She would handle everything maturely? Mistake 3, cowardice. You then choose to break up over technology and not face to face with an unstable druggie? Seriously? How did you think she would handle it? You're only 21, keep it casual with girls until you're a little older. Have some standards and self-respect, man. If you're seeing someone and tell them a friend or party makes you uncomfortable and then don't show any empathy, something is wrong. Finally, don't be a hero. No need to help out someone who betrayed you. What do you think about all of this? Do you think Op handled this situation the right way? Also, do you think Op will ever be able to heal from this? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss an upload.